our knock services, but they're also receiving a lot of tickets, and how do they manage those tickets? A lot of people, or the partners that I have that are efficient, what they'll do is they'll typically have one person or a couple people over, a couple different shifts managing just the tickets, and they're kind of like a dispatch person. But I think you're a little unique because you have the deli office that kind of manages some of that for you.
Yeah. So what we've done in our case is we have three different parts in ConnectWise, three different portals, if you will. One is a level 1 where the client tickets come in. Mm-hmm. We have a level 2 where, obviously the tickets which become older are requiring the level 2 expertise move in there. Then we have a portal dedicated to Zenith. So all tickets coming in from Zenith, be it service test tickets, be it back-end server tickets, be it BDR tickets, all show up on that portal. And that's the portal where we have Delhi office manage it.
Okay.
So what that gives us is somebody who can manage all those back-end tickets. And as you will see in our further presentation, is that the Delhi office is a back-end work. It's a full-time employee who works from there, and all his job is to take care of those tickets.
Right, and I think that's important, especially when, as I mentioned, other partners of mine have gone through the same situation. They might not have the deli office, but they at least have that dispatch, and I think that's important to understand how you can manage the workload. It's not necessarily going to be the server issues, the critical server issues, or the desktops or printers. It's also going to be the tickets that are created. So we can get back to the presentation here as far as the different products that you offer.
Yeah, our main three areas where, and we call it three-legged stool, is voice over IP phone systems, which we deploy. We do BDR and ARCA devices. As any other partner knows, that's been a great part of the product offering. Managed services, IT services is obviously the largest portion of what we do. So these are the basic three products we deal with.
Right. Yeah, and I had a chance to take a look at your website, and I think it's important, or what I thought was very nice about your website was that, what you're offering, you can see very clearly on your website, on your homepage. You have, the three distinct areas that you work in. You also have case studies, and then also the documents that discuss, what if there is a disaster, what you're going to do. So everything is tied together within that website.
Yeah, I mean that's the central part of our work. We do some other side work like web development and so on, but that's not the main critical part of our business. We walk into a client, we basically talk about the three products. If the client comes back and asks, "Can you do web development?" Yes, okay, we'll do it. Right. But these are the main three channels we deal with. So
excellent.
As I talked about our delivery model, we outsource quite a bit of a non-technical work. Our payroll's done externally, HR consultant, got to comply with the laws.
That's important.
It's important stuff. That's outsourced. We have an external accountant, of course, and as everybody else, we all need the lawyers. So we got a lawyer who takes care of our issues. As far as the technical work is concerned, the 24/7 monitoring and backup solutions is obviously Zenith Infotech for us, and has been for pretty much the whole life of NetActivity. It's been a great partnership for us. I'm not saying that because I'm here, but it has been. In-house IT staff, we do level 1 and level 2 in Cleveland. We have on-site support, mostly done by level 2. So our level 1 guys really don't leave our office unless we have a weekend rollout and the team's being helped. Level 2 guys are the guys who go out in the field. We wanted to make sure our level 2 guys were at the level where they didn't need to be necessarily supported in the field by somebody else. So they had the experience to be able to carry out the work. Projects are done all by level 2. And then full-time staff from Delhi, as we talked about, the back end for the Zenith part of our ConnectWise.
Right.
All tickets are handled there. We are trying to do all our BDR restores, BDR issues, BDR, test virtualizations from there.
Right.
So that kind of work is all done there.
Right. And it was interesting in an earlier conversation that as far as how you have the BDR positioned, that it's a key piece of your managed services offering as well. And I can definitely attest that to a lot of the partners that I work with, that's really been the key aspect that's getting them in the door, getting the sales, and allowing you or these partners to wrap the managed services around it. I know that you currently have two sales staff as well. Could you talk a little bit about how those guys work?
Yeah, we have currently in our company two dedicated salespeople. One of our gentlemen is very VoIP efficient. He's comes from a VoIP background, so he sells only VoIP. Mm-hmm. And the other gentleman has good 25 years behind him in sales and a lot of cabling and IT sales. And he does all managed services and BDR sales. And if one or the other finds, so if the VoIP guy finds an IT deal, he hands it over to the IT salesperson,
right,
and acts as an agent for him, gets some commission from him,
right,
on those deals, and vice versa. Both do that way. So we don't have any territories defined, so they go all over the place.
Right. And I know that some partners do have sales, some partners don't have a direct salesperson, and that's always a conundrum, whether it's sales or an IT staff. Hiring is always probably one of the most difficult aspects of a business. How have you handled that? Where do you look to hire people? I know that you have 8 employees currently, and most of those guys have been with you for some time. So, what are you doing to keep them? I know there's quite a few questions there, so I'll let you try to tackle that to the best of your ability.
Well, hiring is always difficult. Everybody's good at interviews, and ultimately you end up seeing the real performance only when you see the performance. So we've had our share of bad hires, and and it's always difficult to let them go. And it's being, I can tell that I have suddenly sometimes sat on the guy and not fired him in the first time, and I knew I should have fired. Mm-hmm. But you have to let them go. And a lot of our hires have come as referrals, mm-hmm. and we all know referrals are probably the best way to get clients or to get staff.
Right.
If somebody knows somebody and you can get them through, those have been pretty much our best hires. Otherwise, we've used everything out there. We've advertised in newspapers. We've done. Craigslist seems to be lately a very good one, but most of our hires have come through referrals.
Excellent.
And a lot of our staff has been around for quite a while, and hoping to keep them there.
Right. And we'll talk a little, or you'll talk a little bit more about how you have them incentivized and how you have things structured. So move on with the presentation here.
Talking a little bit about Delhi office. The Delhi office, we have one full-time staff there dedicated to NetActivity. The gentleman there, his job is to first thing walk in and make sure the backups for all clients work. BDRs are taken care of. Any back-end tickets coming from Zenith Infotech. So these are not tickets which Zenith Infotech would have taken care of. These are tickets which Zenith would send it to a partner saying, hey guys, this server rebooted at night, without any reason, so you need to check on it. Well, then the Delhi person checks